Well, last week I did a video about a fella who drives a scaffold lorry who clocked up something like £11,000 worth of low emission zone fines. He said, "No, I don't think I'm going to pay those." Took the whole thing to court and won on appeal. The whole basis was the signs informing people of these areas were illegal because they didn't actually say anything about what the charges are, how much, or anything else. And it appears TFL are doing their best to ignore it. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're well. Thank you for joining me once again and hope you've had a good weekend as well. Good to see you all. Well, first one of the week, a comment readout video. The video I did on this particular subject last week, something like 18,000 people watched it and a couple of hundred comments. So we'll go through some of those now, see what you had to say. So stand by. Okay, here we are. We've got the comments on this thing. So 2012, 1961. Not only should they be forced to refund everybody caught up on it, they should be forced to immediately cease issuing new charges or using their stupid cameras. I, for one, will not be paying anything for my non-compliant car. If it goes to court, we will have this case as a precedent to refer to. Yeah, Black Belt Barrister did a video on it. It went to the Court of Appeal, I think it was, and it's not quite a precedent, but what it's called is persuasive evidence, persuasive argument, something like that. Go and check him out. Michael Hartshorn 6154. A similar thing happened with my local council. They had marked a no parking area wrongly, and a bloke took it to court and won. The council put it in the local rag that they wouldn't be refunding others who'd fallen foul of this unless each individual applied for a refund. There's a reason why councils used to be known as corporations. It's because they are. Yes, absolutely. Another YouTuber, actually, Richard Rhodes, he did a video fairly recently. Go check it out. And he quite clearly explains, the subject is council tax in that case, but he quite clearly explains about the whole thing with regard to corporations and local authorities. In fact, if you go on Companies House and do a search for your own local authority, you'd be surprised at what you find. Let's go back to some of these comments. Okay, Charlie Drake. Love that name. He's a criminal, nothing but a full-blown criminal. I only laugh because it reminds me of the Charlie Drake that was on stage with Jim Davison. And that always makes me chuckle, that little skit of theirs. User effing name. Surely in the UK, if you've got an MOT, your vehicle is legally clean to use. And if you paid the road tax and insurance, drive on. You've complied. I totally agree with you. And so does the next person, Florence. If you have an MOT, as required by our government, then your vehicle's roadworthy. If this is not the case, then we should scrap the MOT. As in not fit for purpose, I guess. Wash Humslow 7167. They won't get their money back. Khan spent it on caviar, jet travel, and gold leaf meals. Oh dear, oh dear. Mad Max Dog. It's way beyond time that this was reported to the Financial Conduct Authority as taking money under false pretenses or by deception is fraud. I do it myself, but I don't know if it would be accepted as I don't live in the affected area. You've got to wonder, haven't you? David Walker, if the sign is illegal, then the use of cameras and the charges could be illegal because the public have not been legally informed of the ULEZ campaign. It's a fine line, I believe, but should be investigated by the police because it's their job to detect scams and extortions. The use of mobile vans should also be included. If proven in a court of law that all actions taken followed the use of illegal signs should be stopped and everyone involved in the ULEZ scam should be arrested and prosecuted and all the monies extorted be returned. Absolutely. Photo Issachar. TFL are playing the old game of stringing out repaying unlawful charges until they can get a new ruling in their favour. What should happen is the reciprocal of their charging scheme. Within 14 days, the amount doubles. Absolutely. Pigeon Guard Games. Clearly, everyone fined needs to join together and bring a class action lawsuit against TFL. I'm sure they'll have plenty of lawyers who would want to take on this case. Yeah, you would think so. 26 Winder Wicker, no money back, no guarantee. Black or white, rich or poor, Khan's going to try knocking at your door. Hey, Del Boy would be shuddering, wouldn't he? Dennis Bailey, the UK follows EU emission standards on vehicles allowed into the UK. They have to be compliant to be registered. Khan cannot override UK law. In fact, he wants to challenge vehicle compliance. He should have to test every vehicle first to determine if they still comply before arbitrarily fining them. I Spy 3836, the individuals responsible for these mistakes and waste of money should be taken to task. Absolutely. I mean, you're all of similar mind, of similar thought, aren't you? You know, this is illegal, refund. This is not right, refund. What about the MOT? Surely that's got to be good enough, you know. Let's have a look at a few more. Pinball 8701, councils, etc., are supposed to provide services, but nowadays they fine us and charge us, even though we've already paid them with our taxes. Basically, it's income generation of the most despicable kind. As our democracy has failed, the will of the people, i.e. to not have these charges, is ignored. Who can you vote for to change this? I do wonder. Dawn Hall 3637. This happened in York when they tried to close a bridge to general motorists. All the money got reimbursed. And somebody replied to that, yes, I heard about the York robbery system. The council said they would only pay back those who applied. If I remember, they had to pay back the charges, even if they didn't apply. Right, Clifton, this is the way we must go now. People power must now prevail. Comes to a point many times in history where the people just have to step in to restore balance and sanity. It feels like one of those times now for multiple reasons. Absolutely. Mad Max, nothing will be done. The courts for the future will now work for TFL. Iron Horse Hero, the takeaway from this has to be, if you get a ULEZ fine, don't pay it. Go to court and point the case out of Wilcox versus TFL. Absolutely. It's, as far as I'm aware, it's not a precedent, but it's persuasive evidence. Philip Howarth, surely if the TFL is ignoring a court order, are they not in contempt of court? Also, if they had a ruling against them, is there ongoing behaviour, not criminal fraud? Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. And all your comments go along similar lines. You know, it's refund. You're not having it. You're not doing it. What about the MOT? Surely that's good enough. And all of similar ilk. We, you know, we're not having any of this, are we? Howard Cox made a very interesting statement. And he said that if he gets into office, he will refund literally every single fine or charge. I wonder if he could ever pull that off. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm off. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, Andy the Gabby Cabby. Hit the like button, share the content, leave comments. I'll see you shortly with one more. Toodaloo.